every programming language contains some or other form of loops. Loops are basically used to execute a set of statements given number of times. For example, we wanted to run a set of statements for 10 times. Then a loop is required. For example, in C language, we have 3 loops, namely while loop, do while loop, and for loop. Evidently, this is one of the important characteristics of high-level languages. That is, the loops are considered to be high-level constructs. The high-level languages contains this type of freedom to run a set of statements repeatedly. The same thing if we wanted to do in a low-level language such as assembly language, we may have to design our own logic to run a set of statements given number of times. The syntax of the while loop is given as follows. While some expression. If that expression is true, then the block of statements will be executed. Again, the program control comes to the evaluation of the expression, while expression. If that expression is true again, then the block of statements will be continued to execute. As long as that expression value is true, the statements in the while block will be continued to get executed. Whenever expression becomes false, then the program control goes to the statement after the while block, which we have denoted as capital STMT. Of course, there is a possibility that if the while block contains a break, then also we may get the program control comes to this statement STMT. So like that, I should say the basic characteristic of the while loop is that as long as that expression, while expression is true, the while block, that is the block of statements, will be continued to get executed. Remember that we have not used any semicolon after the closing parenthesis of the while loop.
Main objective of this program is to demonstrate how a while loop works exactly given number of times. Here we have used 2 variables I, n. These 2 variables we call them as loop control variables. These 2 things will control the behavior of the while loop. Whatever user enters, that will be read into this variable n. I is equal to 0, while I less than n, I plus plus. All these 3 statements defines the behavior of the while loop such that it will exactly runs for n times. Now we try to simulate how this while loop works with dummy values of n and I. So we prepare a table which indicates how the loop control variables values will be changing, such that finally the loop behavior becomes the expected one. That is, it will be exactly running for n times. I assume that user has entered n value as 5. Initial value of I is 0. Now the while condition is tested. Currently I value is 0. 0, is it less than n? Yes. Thus the loop block will be executed once. I will be incremented by 1. Thus I value becomes 1. Now loop condition is tested. I value 1. Is it less than n? Yes. Thus the while loop is executed once more. Again I value is incremented by 1. Thus I value becomes 2. Again loop condition is tested. Currently I value is 2. 2, is it less than n? Yes. Thus loop will be going to be executed once more. I will be again incremented by 1. Thus I value becomes 3. Again loop condition is tested. I value is 3. 3, is it less than 5? Yes. Thus loop will be executed once more. I will be incremented by 1. Thus I value becomes 4. Now loop condition is again tested. Currently I value is 4. 4, is it less than n? That is 5? Yes. Thus loop will be executed once more. I again incremented. So thus I value becomes 5 now. Now loop condition is again tested. Currently I value is 5. 5, is it less than 5? No. Thus we will not be entering into the loop at all. We will come out from the loop. By this time the loop has got executed exactly 5 times. That is, as n value is 5, this loop got executed 5 times. If n would have been given as 10, it is bound to execute for n times. Thus we can conclude that if we wanted some set of statements to be executed n times, I can take a while loop which will start whose control variable value value is 0 and the condition is I less than n and I plus plus is the modifier, such that whatever statements we write in the while block is going to be executed exactly n times.
Now we would like to ask some questions. In this example, which variables are called loop control variables? The variables I and n are called as loop control variables. We know that the loop behavior is controlled by the values of these variables I and n. Thus, they are called as loop control variables. Now let us assume that we have forgotten using I plus plus, or instead of incrementing the I value, we have decremented the I value by 1. What is going to happen to the loop? Initial I value is 0. N value I assume 5. 0. Is it less than 5? Yes. The loop will be executed once. The block of statements will be executed once. As I already said, that I am assuming that I plus plus is not there. That is, modifier is not there. Then when you come to again next iteration, the while expression is true. 0. Is it less than 5? That is, I value 0. Is it less than 5? Yes. Thus again loop will be getting executed. When the evaluation comes next iteration, I value is still 0 only. I value is not getting modified. Thus the while loop becomes infinite loop. Same behavior we may get even if we have the modifier in a wrong way. That is, instead of incrementing, if I have used I minus minus, then also there is a danger of loop becoming infinite loop. Now let us consider that by mistake I have used a semicolon after the closing parenthesis of the while loop. What is the behavior of the while loop? Here also while loop behaves like infinite loop. Remember that a block contains single statement, then curly braces are not required. If I use a semicolon after the closing parenthesis of the while loop, so system assumes, rather a compiler assumes that as long as that while condition is true, you wanted to execute that do nothing statement. Semicolon means a simply do nothing statement. There the I value is not getting modified. So currently I value is 0, n value is 5, 0 less than 5, yes, it does nothing, immediately comes to again while condition checking. At that time I is still 0 only. That is the reason why this also becomes infinite loop. It is a very silly programmer's mistake, but compiler will not point out this is a mistake. It takes like that. Thus, the program having such a type of problem will entering into infinite loop. So, in computer science jargon, this is called as that while with the semicolon after the closing parenthesis is called as busy wait. However, I don't want to go into details of the computer science and I don't want to talk much about busy wait. But in a normal sense, if I use a semicolon after the closing parenthesis of a while loop, then there is a danger of loop becoming infinite loop. Now let us consider that what happens to the while loop if the expression is null. There is no expression I have written. Is the program is going to get compiled? No. The program is not going to get compiled at all. Now consider what happens if I variable value is not initialized to 0. Simply I is declared but is not initialized to zeros. That is, what happens if we use a uninitialized variable as a loop control variable? Then the loop behavior becomes unpredictable. Sometimes it runs more than expected number of times. Sometimes it will not run the loop at all. For example, let us assume that I variable is declared but not initialized to 0. So what value will be there in that variable? Some garbage value. Let it be that garbage value is 32767. Now, is that 32767 is it less than n, that is 5? No. So we will not be entering into the loop at all. For example, let the I value happens to be a lowest possible integer. In 2-byte computers, the lowest possible integer is minus 32768. So minus 32768, is it less than n? 5? Yes. The loop execute once. Next I value becomes minus 32767. Is it less than 5? Yes. Again loop executes once. Then I value becomes minus 32766. Is it less than 5? Yes. It will go on executes. How many times? 32768 times plus 5 more times. That is, after running 32768 times, I value becomes 0. Then I value becomes 1. Then I value becomes 2. Like that. The loop is going to execute more than expected number of times. Thus, the programmers should be very cautious while defining a while loop and using the loop control variables. If we try to use an uninitialized variable as a loop control variable, then there is a danger of loop behavior becoming unpredictable. Especially multitasking and multi-user environments, the problem will be very predominant. Thus, it is very much recommended to initialize a variable and then only use it as a loop control variable.